welcome to Shannon's Plants Planting Time. Today I'm going to show my fiance how to make propagation boxes. And he knows a little bit about propagation boxes, just a little bit. And we will be showing him how to make one perlite box and one vermiculite box. And then we will be doing an update later on, showing which one the plants grew better in, and I bet it will determine what type of plants. So we will try to put the same type of plants in each box so that it shows a true result. So anyway, that's what today's video is about. Hope you enjoy it. Let's just jump into it. Hi, welcome back. This is my fiance Troyce. I think y'all met him before
Back again
in a video about him naming plants. These are the bins we're going to use. We got them from the dollar store for $1, and we're going to do one vermiculite and one perlite. So I'm going to show Mr. Troyce here how we do propagation boxes. So here we go. Let's just turn you around here.
Alright.
So I can use.
So I could use any kind of box like this or plastic.
Yes. Yes. You can use any kind of
This container.
container. You can use takeout containers. They work well.
You want to have a lid? Or,
Yes, to increase the humidity.
Okay.
Good question. Good question. Okay. So the first thing, I just kicked the camera.
You're right.
The first thing we do is pour in vermiculite and the perlite up to about here. It kind of lessens when you wet it. We're gonna wet it. First thing we're gonna do is don't drop it everywhere because it's messy. Vermiculite. And vermiculite is just more, it absorbs more moisture than perlite and keeps things a little bit wetter. It's good for your plants that like a lot of water. So, but that's good, babe. Both of these are very dusty, so we'll need to rinse them and drain them.
Okay, because I've never really worked with this too much, but this I have a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Now the same with that.
Same thing.
But the perlite, excuse me. So they like humidity too for propagating, I guess?
Yes, it helps them grow roots.
That's
That's why plants in terrariums do so well, and a lot of times you'll see where
Go back.
like I said, it's messy. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow us to the sink, and we're going to, what you do is fill up with some water, a lot of water, where it's floating, and you can rinse it off. The best way to do this would be in a strainer, but I don't have one, so we're just going to improvise here a little bit. And we're going to do this to both boxes and get it good and rinse. Some people rinse theirs for like 20 minutes. I just rinse mine off. And do the same with that, babe.
Do the propagation, to me, it seems like, what's the average before you think you might see any root growth?
Well, it depends on the plant a lot. Some produce roots much quicker than others. Some you can see growth in as little as a week.
Wow.
Some depend on different potting mediums that you're using, like perlite or vermiculite or sphagnum. Some prefer different
More airy
type mixtures, yes, and that makes a big difference. And draining can be a little messy too when you don't have a
And
strainer.
I don't know how healthy it is. We usually put a strainer there to drain. Is it good for the?
No, it's not good for the pipes, so
It's
try
not
not
good
to
for your
get,
pipes. So try to
try not to get.
get the access down the pipes. Use your drain. Okay, babe, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you haven't dumped all the water around, I don't
Oh,
think.
you haven't either, so I'm taking a break.
Okay.
'Cause
So
it is
the way I do
sometimes-
it is just kind of put my hand like this, and then I just slowly dump the water out. Strainer would work a lot better, but in a pinch this works too. But like you said, it's really not good for the pipes, so it would be best if you didn't get this in your sink. So what we're using, what he talked about, the strainer, is that's a good man there. He's already cleaning up the mess he made.
Stagehand.
But anyway, it's not good for your pipes, so what we're using is we have the sink strainer in, so, but anyway, just drain all the excess water out so that it is moist, but not, wet, because you don't want the vermiculite or the perlite to be too wet.
I have a question. What about our two dogs?
What about them?
When I made that spill, how dangerous is that for them?
I really don't know. I would have to look up how toxic vermiculite and perlite is. They're both, I know that perlite is volcanic rock that is heated to expand almost like popcorn. And vermiculite is something a little bit different. And so anyway, as far as I would imagine that it wouldn't be good for your dog. I haven't noticed either one of our dogs eating it, but Dupree, our little Chorky, she eats anything, and she loves mosquito bits and mosquito dunks. So if you're worried about those being toxic to your pets, don't, because she would have been dead 10 times over. So anyway, I'm going to finish draining this off camera. We'll come back when we're ready to do another step. I got the answer on what is vermiculite and is it dangerous. Vermiculite is made from compressed dry flakes of a silicate material which is absorptive and spongy. The color of vermiculite is golden brown to a dark brown and is sometimes difficult to tell from the potting soil it's mixed with. And as far as toxicity, let's see. Unfortunately, it can be dangerous. The chances of someone breathing in the asbestos fibers from it would be small. So I guess it does contain some sort of asbestos material. So in other words, I don't think you would want your dog using or eating perlite or vermiculite in the case that they would inhale it into their lungs. I don't know that it would be so much as dangerous to their GI system, but it doesn't seem like it would digest well, so I wouldn't suggest that either. So as far as cats and dogs, I think, and other animals, I think you should just err on the side of caution and not let them get a hold of it. So that's the answer to those questions. Alright, so we've already taken our cuttings, and we've taken, I think, 5 cuttings each, and we have our vermiculite and perlite boxes, and we're ready to show Troyce how you place them in the boxes. Now, he was asking me about rooting hormone. I do use rooting hormone sometimes. I'm out right now, but you dip it the end that you cut in the rooting powder, and you kind of blow it off a little bit, and then you can plant them, and it just helps prevent the bacteria and fungal and stuff from getting into the cutting and rotting. And so it is good to use it, but I don't always use it. So what we're gonna do now, honey, is I've got this little tool here. If you want, you're gonna kind of make a little spot, and what you want to do is kind of place everywhere that you have like a node, which is where you're going to get your growth point from the roots. You want to kind of, you know, press that down into the substrate. So and you try not to let the leaf touch, but if it happens, it happens. So kind of do like that. You don't have to actually bury it. And it's actually best to kind of lay it on its side like that so that it has more touching the medium, so it has more chance for growing. So this has 2 nodes on it, one here and one here where this leaf is. So we'll want to put this in the perlite like that. So you go ahead and do it. And these are both Savu blue cuttings.
Just kind of make a line with
Clean.
my finger. It's clean. And then not cover it up.
Wait, kinda you can.
No leaf. Don't want to really have the leaf touch, I believe she said. And
Good. Alright.
this
Now-
feels a little tough, but I guess.
It's just the way it is.
Okay.
Sometimes if it's real tough, you can use like a pin or something to make your hole. Or I grab this little tool
Yeah.
to make a line, or
Alright, well,
so.
so let's
These
do
we're
this.
going to do a little bit different. Now these are Peperomia frost cuttings. And these we want to go straight down because they can grow roots from anywhere.
Alright,
So as straight down as you can get them.
a pin?
You can use a pin if you're having trouble, feel like you're going to break the...
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
tight. But then I'll jingle it.
Alright, sorry about that. We had a little battery malfunction. What we were doing was we were working these Peperomia frost into our medium here. And Troyce was smart enough to use a... What did you use, hon?
I have a pin.
You just poked a hole in.
But you want to kind of make sure to poke it back, that way it gets down, the rocks fall back down and the perlite falls back into the hole.
Okay. Alright, now we have 2 Hoya Crimson Princess cuttings. And Hoya, you
They-
always like to lay on their side completely.
With the node,
Yes, with the nodes touching.
can you see that, folks? Right where my pointer finger is.
So that they can grow roots from multiple areas like we were talking about. And then when you go to plant them, you can just snip, snip, snip in between and you'll have a full plant
And this
instead
is-
of just like one strand.
This is tricky on the side. And just set it in there. No leaves touching, trying.
You can get the leaves can look at mine. Mine's kind of differently shaped than yours.
Yes, definitely.
But see how I have mine down with multiple nodes touching?
Just be gentle, I reckon, right? Try to be
Yeah,
down.
but plants are a lot tougher than you give them credit for. Now you don't want to snap off anything while you're doing it. You don't want to be too rough, but
Alright, that should be okay.
let me see how you do.
That's not on the side, actually. It needs to be like this, don't it?
Well, if I were you, I would kind of smush him down in there like that.
See, he bounced back.
Kinda
Wow.
press him down there. That's okay. He might just have one point touching. Kind of cover that up a little bit. That's good. Good job. Alright, almost done. Now we have
I got
a pothos,
that.
golden pothos cuttings. And we're gonna do these. Mine only has nodes down here, so I'm just gonna worry about putting mine like that. Yours is kind of the same situation.
And will we bury it?
Yeah.
About an inch? Half inch?
Right on top. Right. Like that.
Okay.
And then kind of put the
Gotcha.
medium back over it like that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to lay this one down here. Try to see if that'll make more room for more plants, because that way you have more room for more space.
See, he's thinking like a true planty person, people.
Well, we got. Thank you. That was good. Oh, we got one more.
You got the last cutting.
Variegated?
It does have variegation.
She taught me that.
This is, of course, a Philodendron Brazil. And it also has, gotta go the other way, yep, kind of tricky, multiple nodes. You see all your multiple nodes?
Yes, I do. And this end.
Yes. So you want to try to get as many of those touching as you can.
Couldn't I snap it right
You
there?
could.
And make
You
two?
could.
Let's go ahead and do that for the people out there. Just right there, because both sides have nodes, or two nodes actually. So we're going to make it two cuttings.
And a lot of people actually do like this, like.
Yeah, there you go. Just let them fall into the prop, and then
and
come
then
back.
that way I have, it's easier to plant in here.
Yeah.
But that's what I was talking about. If you lay them on your side, then they grow out the roots like that, and then you can clip them after they root, or you can clip them before.
The leaf or the node lay on the side. Both.
The node, you cannot want the node touching
The sides.
the medium.
Gotcha. This is, since the pandemic, just stuff like this would be fun to do with your kids or family and friends.
Now what we're going to do is give them a good spray with some water. Have some water mixed up in this bottle. Gonna spray mine down.
How did I do, Shannon? A B?
You got an A+.
Yay for me.
A+ work there, baby. Not only working the sprayer though.
And this is what? Shannon's planting time. Thank you for having me again.
Planting time.
It's been a pleasure.
Now, what we're going to do is put the lids back on. Put your lid on. You can see we got clear lids so that we can allow for photosynthesis and root development. Always want to get the clear lids. And what we're going to do now is we're going to place them in an area with bright indirect light. Nothing too bright, no direct light, because the direct light will actually intensify and burn the leaves, but we're going to leave them humid. We're going to open the boxes every now and then for airflow, and we will come back and do an update on how these are doing, which ones did better in Vermiculite, which ones did better in Perlite, and that'll be our update. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. Give Troy a
Bye-bye.
thumbs up
Till
or a
next time.
thumbs down if he did good.
Yes.
And thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next houseplant video. Bye.